Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Let me hit live here. All right. We are getting the show on the road. Just a couple more things. All right. Looks like we are live. Let me pull this up on my phone. All right. All right. Just realized I've got some kind of automated messaging thing that's popping up on my phone, so I need to check on that. All right. So, like I said, good morning, good morning. And as you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. And if you're here for the replay, good morning, Sean. It's been a while. Great to see you. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay, but play right along with us because this morning is going to be good. I say that all the time, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share today's affirmation. Yeah, I don't think I've talked with you since you moved, Sean. And I know you're still in the Atlanta area. All right, so here we go. Our affirmation for today, and this must be specifically for you, Sean, since you showed up first thing this morning. I am stepping into the biggest breakthrough of my life. Does that feel true? Does that feel true for you? With unshakable confidence and unstoppable energy, I leap forward knowing amazing things are unfolding for me. And remember our I am statements. Oh, so you're closer to me maybe now than you were. So, because I'm in East Cobb. So our I am statements are so powerful, right? We're claiming it. And so if this feels way too far outside your comfort zone, for one thing, it's time to step out there and get into that comfort area of that, right? But you can always say, I'm beginning, I'm starting, whatever feels more comfortable for you, because we want it to be where it may feel a little bit out there, but it still feels doable, right? And so sometimes just adding another word in there can soften it just enough that your subconscious mind's not putting on the brakes. Whoa, what are you talking about? That's not me. So we want to be able to just slide under the radar, right? Yes. So I am stepping into the biggest breakthrough of my life. Now, how do we get to those breakthroughs? Well, we start looking for them, right? And with unshakable confidence and unstoppable energy. I love that. I leap forward knowing amazing things are unfolding for me. And what we look for, we find, right? If we have excuses, which I will be honest, if I can be honest, I this morning there's some program that I'm involved in right now, and I am falling a little bit behind in my daily activities for it, right? And so I saw a post this morning that someone in the group had made, and I realized I'd fallen further behind than I thought. And it was like, oh, but I've been busy. And yesterday I had a headache and this and this. And I thought, oh, wait a minute. I am arguing for my limitations, and that is not who I am. Right. So that's why this came up for me today. Because I am stepping into the biggest breakthrough of my life. It doesn't matter that I've fallen a little bit behind on doing these activities. I can catch up. I've got some extra time today, and I put it on my list. I even put little stars. Oh, here's my list. I even put little stars by the things that I needed to do first so that I would have this feeling of unshakable confidence with it, an unstoppable energy. Because when I can have a list here and I know which ones are the most important to do first, oh, then I get momentum flowing, right? And that's when I can leap forward because I know as I do these steps that amazing things are unfolding for me, right? So, do you feel me this morning, Sean? I just want you to just breathe into this one because this has a flow to it and a push at the same time. Because the thing that we do a lot of times is we don't celebrate the things that we do. Calling myself out, right? 100% yes. So we celebrate what we're doing. We celebrate the fact that we've made movement because remember, a 1% change every day creates exponential growth, right? So we have these little micro movements. So my little list here, of course, it's a list of 9 things that are on here, and there's 2 of them that I've already checked off, and 2 that I've got starred that have to be done first. Now, they don't have to be done first, right? I've just decided that when those 2 things get done, it will alleviate some of the stress from being in the place that I want to be, right? So it's micro movements that we make every single day that create our world and our life, whether it's our business or our personal lives, right? Our business, our relationships, everything are micro movements. And as we're tapping in and breathing into this and acknowledging that this is true and this is what we're saying to the God, the universe, this is me. This is what's happening today. And we can ask ourselves, what do we need to do first, right? So I'm going to go ahead and grab the journal prompt. Give me just a second because it's really good too. Like I never say that, right? All right. All right. So our journal prompt is, what is shifting in my life right now that is calling me to step up with confidence? So what is that for you? And how can I fully embrace this moment and take a bold leap forward toward my next level? Because no matter who you are, no matter how influential you are in the world, no matter how much money you have, there's always another growth level that you haven't tapped into. And so nobody's saying that you aren't successful now, because no matter what success level you're at, there's another level, right? And so what is amazing about us as humans is that we can continue to keep growing. We decide every single day what we're going to do, whether we're moving forward or we're going backwards, because the only constant in life is change. We're always changing, always. And so if you do nothing, you're not staying right where you are. You're going backwards. So we do micro movements every day. This is a powerful question. It causes a person to stretch and grow. Yes, yes. So as we're looking at this, the micro movements, they can cause great leaps as well. But the thing is that the 1% change is imperceptible in the moment. but man, oh man, it gets us where we want to go. So we keep growing, right? We keep changing. We keep challenging ourselves in a way that doesn't feel like we're chastising ourselves or that we're just gotta go, right? So one of the things that I realized for myself that I was doing was procrastinating, right, with certain things because I just didn't have the energy for it. It was like I don't know, right? I've really looked at it and looked at it, and I really don't have a reason for the procrastination. I just wasn't moving. And so my friend Christine and I have started a really cool thing to get together. Can you speak more about the micro wins versus trying to get the big wins in life? Yes, yes. So let me go with this first and I'll share this and then we'll get into that more. But this is one of them, right? So today there is a hustle and flow party at 2 p.m. Eastern. And it's on Zoom, and I will share the Zoom link in the comments. So anybody that wants to join us can join us. But we're creating a place where we can come together and for 1 hour, we make movement. We do tasks that we feel like we want to, will get us that movement, right? And the thing is, a lot of times I really discovered this within myself that I can be on the computer and I can be working and be doing really well. And then it's like, I need to go get a snack or, oh, I need to go get something else to drink. Maybe I just need to go stretch. Maybe I need, and I would get away from what I was doing. Right. And so Christine and I started working together where we will sit on the computer for an hour and we will work on something, sometimes separately and sometimes together. And so we decided that this was something that a lot of people probably need as well. So we created the Hustle and Flow Party. And that, like I said, it is today at 2 p.m. Eastern, where you'll be able to come in and you'll be able to do some of your micro movements, your task. And it's going to be more of a party atmosphere this time, but it's leading into, we're introducing you to a weekly session that we're starting where you come in and you work. And depending on who's online, you can actually go into breakout rooms and work together, or you can just work alongside everybody else. And it's just going to be, accountability and staying on track. And so we'll like set intentions when we first start. But our goal right now is we're going to have different people that will come in during the week because we're going to have a Facebook group for it and everything. But we're going to have people come in during the week that will be experts in certain areas. So as people are, setting their intentions and everything, we'll kind of get an idea of what people are needing a little bit more support with. And we'll see if we can get some experts because we've got a plethora of experts between the two of us that we can get to come in. And so it's going to be amazing. So we have discovered for ourselves and for other people that we've talked to that working together keeps us from getting distracted and squirrel brain, right? And moving on to a task instead of staying on task. So that's where my 2 stars, right? It's staying on task for those. And so this is going to be amazing. And so Sean, you need to sign up. It's in the events section of the Stand Up and Stand Out community, and it's in the collaboration group. But I'm going to share the Zoom link in the comments so that you can just be there on the day or at time, but so that you get the notifications, you can sign up in the event section. And the thing that is to me, I get so excited about some of the silliest things. But when I was putting the banner up I thought, when is it that we really need to be doing this? And it's now. It's now. So my clock has not numbers on there. Each one of those says now. So it's now, right? So you'll have to join us if it's at all possible, Sean, because it's going to be really good. And this is going to give us a lot of insight about who are the experts that we want to bring in for you guys to be able to tap into. All right. So now as we're talking about micro movements, I mean, anything that you do stepping forward. So let's say, for instance, I have my list of 9 things here, right? I've already done 2 of them this morning. So yay, celebrate that. But sometimes it's, yeah, now. So one of the things on here is Sue and I are doing a program, which you're invited to come to that and check it out as well. If you want the information, Sean, I'll share it with you. But we have a program that's called Rewrite Your Money Story. And we just finished the first series of it, and we're stepping into the next one, and it starts on Tuesday, the 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern, but you have to sign up prior to that to join. The thing is that we have a workbook that we did for the first series, right? And so I am working on adding to the workbook because several of the people that were in the first cohort are coming into the next one. So my goal is to have this workbook to continue to grow so that every person that comes in, even if they're repeating, because it's like we just tap the surface, right? There's only so much you can do in a short period of time as far as changing your mindset around money, right? I've created audio programs for them that they listen to every day. And I've got another one that I'm working on. That's on my list too. That's one of the ones I've got starred. But so I'm getting to the fact that this workbook that I'm wanting to add to for this next cohort, next session. So the micro movements for that today is to get out more of my notes and go through and compare it to what we've already created in the workbook and decide what's the next things that would really benefit everybody in this Rewrite Your Money Story program to shift in their world and create the workbook from the notes that I have, the things that I've learned. And so my micro movement is to pull out the notes and look at them. And then another micro would be to pull out specific things that I think are important. And then another micro movement from just this one thing would be to go ahead and start writing down what I want to teach everyone in the group. And then because Sue is my partner in this and she creates the workbook, so the next micro movement would be sending her my notes so that she can create the actual parts in the workbook. So there's several micro movements that go into actually just getting the workbook done, right? And that's with everything that we do. We have micro movements. So one of your micro movements, if your goal is to get financially prosperous, what I like to say is that we're not working to pay our bills, we're getting an overflow. So if you're someone who wants to have that overflow, it's usually a mindset thing. And no matter what our financial place is now, if you look back at what you've done for the past few years and you averaged it out, that's what you are set at as far as your financial thermostat. And so we want to change your financial thermostat. We want to change your limiting beliefs so that prosperity feels calm and easy and flow, right? And so if that's something you're interested in, just put money in the comments and I will definitely send you the information for that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Sean. So I've already given you 2 things that, the hustle and the flow party tonight. And then, there's the Rewrite Your Money Story. And there's so many wonderful things coming in the pipeline. And so just keep watching because I've got a program that is going to be dropping for you guys. Okay. I'll definitely send it to you, Sean. But there's a program that I'm about, like it's a challenge thing that is about to happen in the group. And I'm super excited about that. And so going back to our affirmation, I definitely feel this within my bones, right? I am stepping into the biggest breakthrough of my life because I have more ideas coming to me every single day just because I'm changing my mindset about things, right? And So I have unshakable confidence when it comes to this and unstoppable energy. Now, does it falter occasionally? Hell yeah, right? We're all human. I know I am. So there are times that it does falter, but what do you do to get it back up? You collaborate with someone, you tap into why are you doing this to start with, right? Because it's time for you to leap forward, just knowing deep down in your gut that amazing things are unfolding for you, because they are. Remember, tapping. Yes, yes, we can do some tapping. Yeah, we've done some tapping. We've done some hypnosis recordings. I've got another one that I'm working on today that is it's a hypnosis meditation type recording, but it's changing our I am statements. And it's going to be very powerful that everybody that gets into the program gets that. So it's going to be amazing. So the thing is, remember this affirmation, put it on your index card, the screensaver on your phone, put it on your sticky notes, put it somewhere that today you are reminded, I am stepping into the biggest breakthrough of my life. And you don't have to know what it is. You don't have to know what that breakthrough is. Doesn't that free you up? You don't have to know. You just have to know it's happening. And when you start just knowing, because one of the things I think I was going to say it a moment ago and I got sidetracked, but if you didn't have greatness within you, you would not be desiring it. Yeah. If you didn't have greatness within you, you would not be desiring it. So the fact that you even anticipate that there's a big breakthrough in your life, it means it's there. Maybe it's just right at the very back of your brain. And it's wanting to come forth. So with unshakable confidence and unstoppable energy, you can leap, knowing amazing things are unfolding for you. And then let's get back to our journal prompt. Where are we on time? Okay. Thank you so much, Sean, for playing this morning, because it's been a while and I've thought about you. I sent you a message not too long ago. I don't know that you got it, but I did send it. So our journal prompt, and the thing that I say all the time is that to get out your notebook, get out your journal, put the date, the affirmation, and the journal prompt, because I create these things to partner together. So one is your I am statement, your declaration. Sorry. And the other one is what you're going to journal to get the inner guidance. And so by putting it down, saying it out loud, and saying it with emotion, not volume. We don't care about volume, right? We care about the emotion behind it. And that's why when it came to the affirmation, I said, if it felt like it was a little angst when you said, I am stepping into the biggest breakthrough of my life, you can say, I'm beginning to step. So that's a no-brainer. You always are, right? So if you need to shift it just a little bit to make it feel more like yours, as a leader, this is excellent in order to be reminded of this. Yes. So say it out loud, give it some feeling, and then I want you to set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes. And what you're going to do in that time is you're not going to be reciting this. You're not going to be saying it over and over in your mind. You're just going to get into the moment and tap into the silence. And that is where you really get into this inner guidance, your guide voice, where most of the time we have so much chatter going on in our minds that we don't hear a thing other than our chatter. And so I want you to make sure you don't have earphones on that are playing music or playing anything, right? If you need to put your earphones on so you're silenced from the outside world, that's fine. But just be silent. And As typical as humans, our mind is going to start wandering. And sometimes I know for me, especially in the very beginning, I would realize that my mind had been wandering for a while. How long have I been thinking about all this stuff? It doesn't matter. You tap back in to your breath. You quiet your mind. And one of the things that helps me, and it may help you, is that if I continuously feel like my chatter is just going and going and going, and if I have a lot of things on my list, that will happen, right? And so what I do is to bring myself back in to the silence is I'll focus on my breath. And then I, a lot of times, have to focus on sounds, and I'll label sounds in my room or in my space, things that I hear. So, like right now, I can hear the hum of my computer. I've got chimes that play. I have a copper fountain that has these little chimes that go around and it ding, ding, and I can hear that. Sometimes I can hear somebody mowing their lawn or a leaf blower or anything outside. Sometimes I can hear the animal. I've got a dog and I've got cats. Maybe I can hear those. So it's just focusing on the sound of something and giving it a label. And when you do that, that brings you back into the present moment, that's where you want to be, right? Not in the chatter in your mind. And then as you recognize that you're there, then you start breathing in and breathing out and just focus on. Sometimes it helps to focus on how it feels for the warm air to come into your nose, how it feels when you breathe the air out, but focus on the breath. And so, like I said, you're not doing a mantra of these things as you're sitting there. You're tapping in to the silence, the inner knowing, the God voice, right? And then when your timer goes off, that's when you pick up your pencil or your pen and you start writing, because there is a connection between our brain, our heart, our inner guidance, and our hand, and it just flows out onto the page. And now it may not feel like it flows a lot in the very beginning, because this is another muscle that you exercise, right? And so as you do this, you're going to notice that you can tap into that inner voice so much easier. Whether you're there or not doesn't matter. So what matters is that you write out whatever comes up. What is shifting in your life right now that is calling you to step up with confidence? And there's probably more than one. So just brain dump everything that shows up, right? Just write it down. No critiquing, no judging, just writing. Even the things that sound like they have nothing to do with anything, you write it down anyway, because for some reason it's wanting out, right? And one of the things helps if you're purging all of this stuff down onto the paper, it gets it out of your head, right? So get it out on the paper. And then once you've got everything written out, then look at it. How can I fully embrace this moment right this second and take a bold leap forward toward my next level? So you look at your list, whether there's one thing or there's 25 things, it doesn't matter. But look at your list. And if you've got one thing, pick that one. Go figure, right? But if you've got 25 things, I mean, it's like you can just close your eyes and run your finger down if you want to and stop and see what shows up. Or you can just look at them and see, is there one of them that just feels like it's calling to you? Start there with your micro movements. And if you do all of this and you've got something fixed out and everything, definitely join us tonight for or today. It's not tonight. It's 2 p.m. Eastern for the Hustle and Flow party. And you can work on that with us in a group. It'd be so much fun. All right. So you have an amazing day. And I know some type of breakthrough is happening within you right this moment. How are you going to show up for it? How are you going to show up? Because you want to show up differently for this one. because when you do the same thing you've always done, you get the same thing you've always got. So it's time to shift, because something is calling to you to shift right now. And when is the time we want to do this? Now. So when you sign up, you'll see what I'm talking about. If you go to the group and look in the events section, and it'll be there, and that's got a clock that says now for every time on there, not any numbers, just the word now. So that was such a good find when I found that. I didn't create it, somebody else did, and I thought, whoa, I love this. And so I adopted it. So your breakthrough is happening right now. How are you going to show up for it? So, see you today at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. And remember, time changes. So tomorrow it's going to feel a little bit early, right? No, will it be late? It'll be early. I don't know. I get so confused with this time change thing. We go forward. Yeah, we go forward. So it's going to feel like it came quick. All right. So thank you again for being here, playing full out. And as always, if you need something from me, you can either post something in the group, you can say something in the comments here, or you can direct message me. And I'm more than happy to have a conversation. All right. See you today. Mwah.